for those applying a little bit later in the cycle, how many seats or what percentage of seats are available towards the end of the calendar year, towards then into the spring? Like, when does things start to get tougher?
Yeah.
How much is, does that, I assume that varies a lot.
It varies a lot. So we actually, and not for this to sound like a shameless plug, but we actually have a great blog on timing. We have one of our consultants is a big data person, and he does has a really great blog on application timing, and really kind of divides it up by LSAT score bands and talks about. And he's got this really awesome chart in there about when, based on your LSAT score, when are you getting the most advantage from applying early? When is it? What's early? What's neutral? And what's late, basically. And that's on our blog, our Spivey Consulting blog that you can find on our website. So while it does vary, I would say there's a big difference between the end of the calendar year and kind of what did you say, the spring? Like,
yeah, so the spring. So let's say like February, March.
There's a big difference. I can't give a percentage, and it will probably vary from year to year, and that would be school specific, but there are still a lot of offers to be made in January and February. It is not game over at the end of the calendar year at all. There are tons of offers to be made in January and February. The issue with applying, when you're talking about applying later into February, is that things are really bottlenecked. There's a big queue of applications to read, and it takes time to get through those applications. And by the time they get through those applications, there may not be, a lot of seats left once you get into the spring. Like, once you get close to application deadlines, it's there's a lot of people in line to be read. And law school admissions offices also have a lot of other stuff going on at that point. They're planning admitted students weekends. I mean, it is a crazy, crazy time for law school admissions offices. So there's a big difference between end of the calendar year and end of the spring in terms of the amount of seats left.
And I would also imagine that there's less scholarship money available later in this cycle, I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's kind of it depends on how you define later in the cycle. I don't want someone to think, oh, I'm applying in December, there's not going to be any scholarship money available for me. That is not true. But yes, I mean, if you are, it just depends. If you're admitted later in the cycle, often schools will, they're kind of accounting for the admits that they're going to make, and kind of planning accordingly in terms of scholarship money. I think really, often when it comes into play can be, if you are at the very end of the application cycle, you apply at the deadline, you're not read until, into the spring, you're getting a late decision in April. It really depends on how the school does things. If they've already gotten most of their offers out and doled out that scholarship money, then there may not be much left. It can also be an issue, obviously admitted then from the wait list. There may not be any scholarship money available. Sometimes applicants get scholarships from the wait list, and that varies by school and year to year.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.